Canelo versus Crawford is off. It's not happening. You kind of said that you didn't think it was going to happen anyway. You said that sort of the last 2, 3, whenever it's been brought up.
Yeah.
Well,
that wasn't hard to predict.
No, we're not going to bring the comment up because that sort of fucked our clips. But Sikandar Mohammed, thank you for the comment. Canelo's too big for Crawford. Interesting you say that. I think IFL TV posted a thing, and it was the report of how big, or New York Athletic Commission published it. Crawford got into the ring at 169.8 pounds against Madrimov. It's all relative because Canelo's probably getting in there when he's fighting at probably 180 odd. But
yeah,
it's not suggesting that Crawford's just getting to 154.
Yeah, can we get some clarity on this for the boxing fans? Because you know when they discussed like Crawford's walked in at 169 on that fight day after he's done the weigh-in, you still can't make the comparison to Canelo. You're right, because what that Canelo is making 168 for the fight or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then he's probably on the fight night walking in. You're probably right, around about 180. So.
Yeah, let me just have a look. Canelo fight night weight. So all right, that's not really.
Sikandar said he rehydrated.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I've got Canelo apparently rehydrates to around the low 180s when he's fighting at 168.
Sikandar, I'll mention your comment in a minute because that's a good thing to mention. He rehydrated to 169, but looked smaller than Canelo at 168.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
They've got Canelo gaining about 15 pounds in rehydration after the weigh-ins. So we're still not. We're talking. It's relative, isn't it? It's Crawford getting bigger. Madrimov would have been around the same. It's not. That's how it works. So yeah, but
we go back to it as well. I'm not surprised it's off. It's a fight that it's not that no one wants to see it, but it's not the most important fight to make. And I think Canelo is fighting Berlanga, obviously, who I think is going to walk through him. By the way, literally.
Yeah.
And I think we need to see now after Berlanga, Ennis and Crawford, and Canelo and Benavidez. Like I think the two fights now, because of the options that are on the table now, I think you've got to make them.
Yeah, I mean the problem is with Crawford Ennis is probably the best fight in boxing going. What's better than that? Fury AJ would be bigger.
Fury AJ has to be the best because it's going to be because I'll be totally honest with you. Crawford and Ennis won't do the stadium that Joshua and Fury would do.
Yeah,
and it's heavyweight boxing, and heavyweight boxing's got that weird place in sport where when that happens and it's the top guys fighting, that triumphs over everything else, no matter how good they are. Unless obviously you've got someone who comes along like Floyd, who's a once in a generation fighter. I'm actually quite gutted, whilst I mentioned Floyd, because I was supposed to interview Jerry Mayweather today at 7:00, which is Floyd's uncle and coach. We've had to move the interview till next week, but I'm very excited for that. Although he did send me a cryptic message on Instagram, which I didn't understand, so I'm still trying to work that one out. But yeah. It's just a video, but I didn't really understand it. And So I'll be blessed to obviously interview Jerry Mayweather soon. Al Corpo Boxing, what's going on, man?
I was about to say we got Al Corpo back and Sikandar Mohammed. Canelo does need to fight Benavidez, and Crawford does need to fight Boots or someone around 154. But we'd love to see Bam move up and fight Inoue. Yeah. That's you know what? That's a good shout. That could be the best fight in the world. Bam Rodriguez versus Noah Inoue. Technically wise, is that not that? Real Becco's doing the exact same thing. That's a bit copy and paste, mate. Come on. On TikTok, we've got Siki, who's fighting this week. We're going into that later, but I'll tell you anyway. Bernardo Lopez is defending his IBF featherweight title against, I hope he's still here, Don't know when that comment was. Either way, Bernardo Lopez is defending his featherweight title against Leo. I can't remember his first name. And then we've got best fight of the week is Barachuk versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. for the WBC interim junior middleweight title. That's the one that everyone should watch. Not actually, don't think that guy's even there, but would love to see Bam move up. And yeah, all right, mate. I'm gonna Real Becco, man. I'm gonna time you out for a second. You're gone. Right.
Get on the naughty step.
Yeah, him and the Browns 045, who I definitely don't know. So that's great. Bam and I. Yeah, that's a big fight. Bam versus Inoue. I don't think we'll ever see Ennis Crawford.
Real Becco, in response to your question.
Yeah, he asked earlier.
Exactly, it's boxing. Boxing is a combat sport where opponents fight using fists in the ring. Yeah, pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get Canelo Benavidez. I don't think we'll ever get Crawford boots. I'd be surprised if we got Bam versus Inoue. Less surprised by that, though, because those two are pretty game. But not to say that Crawford and Canelo and that lot aren't, but you got to remember Benavidez is now, he's chosen 175 pounds. He's light heavyweight interim. He's made that decision. He's not going to come down now. Crawford isn't going to fight boots, I don't think. The bigger fights now are, we've had a comment on TikTok. Oh, God, this is again. I hate boxing. I'm back, bitch. Great. Fucking hell. Right. We've had a comment on TikTok. Hey, do you think my dad could do boxing? He's quite strong. He could do it, not to a high level because he's probably too old. And I'm back, bitch. Brilliant. At least we get Beterbiev Bivol. That's the best fight in boxing. How do we forget about that? Jeez, there's too much going on.
Hey, we got to get used to this, man. You just got to...
Yeah, I know.
No, as in we got to... I don't know. I'll be on comments and you carry on. And then I'll answer you. Go on.
So, yeah, Canelo wants 200 million to fight Benavidez. He's not going to get that.
He's not going to get that with Benavidez because Benavidez... I'll tell you why. Canelo generates them fights. I think I saw something stupid yesterday that Canelo gets even a percentage of... I've seen it on a podcast where if you buy, and he call them soda cans, obviously to UK people, that's just cans of fizzy, basically. If you buy a can of soda in the arena he's fighting in, he gets 80% of that sale. It's some mad thing he's got in his contracts on the food and drink, everything. Proper businessman. In terms of what he generates, 200 million. I think you need a dance partner for that. I think if you fought Terence Crawford, but then I think I seen Turkey saying that he didn't want to pay him big money that Canelo was asking. He was probably asking for more. Al Kerpo Boxing just said Canelo made close to 100 mil with Plant. Yeah. So 200 mil is a lot of money, man. Like in terms of, obviously we're talking about boxing. 200 mil is life-changing to us. But in terms of the actual boxing, it's a lot of money that only a few, to my recognition, have done, or very few. Floyd Mayweather generated and amassed stupid amounts of paydays. I actually don't know what his highest payday was, but I would imagine it was close, if not more than that.
I think him and Pacquiao, him and McGregor did two. I know over the course of 3 fights, over Pacquiao, McGregor, and then not in a row, but just add 3 fights together, and I know he did 750 million across 3. So I mean, he was good at making money.
So I mean, there's very few boxers that can replicate what Floyd Mayweather's done. Floyd, Pac, and McGregor all made 9 figures. So that makes sense. Pacquiao is one that a lot of people don't mention as well, by the way. You know, everyone's quick to say Floyd. It's a really general one to know, but you forget a bit like Pacquiao made stupid amounts of money. So Pacquiao to make it, and Floyd and McGregor's the anomaly. I don't call him a boxer; he's just an anomaly.
So the I hate boxing is so funny. We've had in that time, Jesus, we've had on TikTok. You see, Amen Khalif has gotten to the gold medal final. I've seen that. That's pretty good. Very well pleased for given the circumstances. So well in. and hopefully she wins. We don't really cover much Olympic stuff because the GB side's gone out and there's nothing massively special going on elsewhere.
Apart from probably the Khalifa, the Khalifa would be the biggest one. I think because of all the controversy at the start to where she is now, I think she's probably the most watched athlete in that competition.
Yeah, could be. Maybe not like maybe the sprinter, but yeah, in terms of actually people that will keep.
You know what they say? Any publicity is good publicity, because when she gets up, this is going to do wonders for her, man.
It will eventually, yeah. Just right now, but it feels like fucking hell. But yeah, Canelo makes a shit ton of money. What he generates is mental, but Turkey Al Sheikh don't want to pay 150 odd million or whatever it is up front. I think that's the thing that we also we're forgetting to mention is Canelo's the revenue these guys have done is through pay-per-view as well. So the 9 figures Mayweather did with Pacquiao and McGregor, those are pay-per-view numbers included. Canelo's saying he wants 200 million for Benavidez up front. That's not including the pay-per-view that he's going to get. And no doubt he'll want like 60% at least of that pay-per-view. So he's talking easy.
He's smoking that Mexican kush. That's what he's doing, man.
Guerpo Boxing saying Frank Smith on Seconds Out said it's whether Seconds Out's great, whether Turkey wants to pay for Canelo's premium. Tyson Fury made 100 mil for Usyk. Canelo's track record in revenue is 3 times Fury. So Riyadh logo is 150 mil plus. Yeah, I get that. 3 times Fury seems quite a bit.
I wonder what his revenue is compared to Anthony Joshua's, because I think, and Fury was open to saying it as well, the reason that the pay is so high at heavyweight is because now to the revival is because of Joshua. Because of what he done since the Olympics. He brought back the interest into heavyweight boxing. He makes a stupid amount of money, but I don't actually think Canelo is a different animal in itself, because he's been around for. I'm sure he's probably made more than Joshua. He definitely has. But he's a different animal in itself. Do you know what it is? I think the question we should be asking is does Canelo warrant asking for 150 mil plus? I think he does. But it's really the knack of it is he going to get it? And I think because of the way that he's demanded it, I think Turkey is probably flexing his ego a bit and going, nah, you're not having it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need you. Do you understand what I mean? And to be fair, it's not he doesn't need, I feel, because of all the plans he's got for boxing, although Canelo would be great to have on the Riyadh show, I don't think he needs him. Do you understand what I mean? In terms of the revenue that just his shows are going to generate, the plans he's got. Riyadh in Wembley is going to be Riyadh season Wembley for the Joshua and the bar card. But I think Turkey's got plans, and you know the broader aspect of it is him creating this boxing league and everything else. So he doesn't need to rely on a Canelo fight to get paid. They're rich enough as it is. This money to them is like monopoly money, man. That's the knack of it. Do you not agree? Monopoly money, I think we're calling it.
I mean that's fair enough. We're talking crazy money. I mean, Canelo does generate crazy money, and I do understand what Al Cuerpo is saying, but again, I think that is missing the point of, and I'm like Canelo doing 11.3 mil pay per view is better, but that's fucking mental. That's mental pay per view. And I get that that's the premium. Obviously, can't show the comments today. We will do that in future. Just right now, that's not working. But we're talking up front. He wants the amount of money that these guys are like dreaming for. That's just fucking mental, isn't it? Like, that's mental. And yeah, he has earned that. But can he really demand that against Crawford? Or like Crawford, especially. Crawford's a massive name in his own right. He's not doing the numbers that Canelo does. I get that, but he is a massive name. You put those two together, I don't know. But he'll never. I don't think he'll take that fight. really, what we should be asking is more: what fights does Canelo actually have left? Because
Canelo can
the
do.
Benavidez fight's not happening.
I'm going to leave it here with this. Canelo can do what he wants. I actually looked at his record the other day, because I have to remind myself sometimes, and it's mental, because when you look at it, and I'm just going to read some of the names out now from just say his last 10 fights, his last 10, so okay, we'll include Berlanga. It hasn't happened yet, but obviously Berlanga's there. You've got Munguia, Charlo, Ryder, Golovkin, Bivol, who he lost against, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Yildirim, Callum Smith, Kovalev. When you go further down, and this is only as of recent, Daniel Jacobs, Rocky Fielding, Golovkin twice. He's fought Golovkin 3 times. Julio Chavez, Liam Smith, and then you go further down, and the names just carry on. Amir Khan, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley. Like, it goes on. Like, do you know what I mean? The record he's got is probably one of the best, actively now, definitely in boxing. But it's because he's been around for so long. He's fought everyone. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's madness. It's madness. I don't think he needs to. He's got nothing to prove to anyone.
Oh, interesting. Sikandar Mohammed, we'll come back to that in just a second. We'll answer Al Cuerpo's because it's related. Al Cuerpo Boxing's just said it's not a lot. Prime Usyk did 1.5 mil pay-per-view, but at 25 quid. Canelo Plant did 800K for $80 price tag. So Fury's purse times 2 is what Canelo's making. MGMT are saying Al Hyman PBC Canelo want the Fury purses. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but with Fury's doing that. He is doing it, but he's doing that in the Wilder fights. He's doing it in the Usyk fights. He's not Fury against Otto Wallin. I don't even know if that was pay-per-view, and if it was, been raided by Sards. Brilliant. Love Arsenal, hate the Ops. That's just, you are an Op if you're an Arsenal fan, but sure. Prime Billy Joe beats Canelo. No, that was Prime Billy Joe Saunders. Sorry, mate. Who do you reckon is best at 140? Let's do that. That's